Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, in a special place. A tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1350 AM, 1400am.com, go to church webcast, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. Mr. E, is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350 AM, WMVA 88.9 AM, FM, and Peace 95.3 and WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise we'll shout you out.
You promise?
Promise. Go over to Cristo Records 1 on YouTube, CRISTO Records 1, or at FYI Radio Show host, Yolanda Hinton. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We need those numbers, and we promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
Ooh, it's Fun Friday.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday.
Does it feel like Friday to you?
Yes.
I think it feels a little bit like, I don't know, Thursday, Friday. I don't know why, but I usually get that feeling of it's Friday, it's the weekend. But I tell you what, I hope you all have planned some great things for the weekend. I wanted to go to this particular concert. Oh, Mr. E, but I didn't get a chance to do it. Thankfully, I got a chance to see this artist twice before. So it's not like, anything, Lenny Love lost, but it would have been nice to go to a concert on tonight. Nevertheless,
at the Dome?
Other plans at the Dome.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll be doing some other things down the line. But yes, Fun Friday, Mr. E. What are your plans for the weekend?
Well,
Mr. E, you're gonna have to start putting some things on your list now. I can't keep hearing you say you cutting grass and you and First Lady need to do something. Go away. Well, y'all just had a vacation, didn't you? But you need to make sure you're doing something that you like to do.
Well, I'm doing something that when I cut my grass, it's something that I like to do.
Are you serious?
Did you not know that cutting grass can be therapeutic?
I believe it.
Yeah, getting out there in nature, and then you can relax your mind because you sow some good seed. You can be a great farmer.
Well, I tell you what, whatever you want to do it till you're satisfied. There's so many things that we can do on the weekend. We can relax. We don't have to do anything if we don't want to. But I tell you what, we're going to find out some of the things that you can do. Mr. E, we have a segment on FYI After Dark, and eventually you'll be there telling us what about what's going on around the town, events and news, community news, and we look forward to that segment.
That's
You know,
right.
if you all have anything that's going on, make sure you put it in the chat. Let us know what's going on around the town, what's happening in your part of the world, and things that people can do during the summer while they're off. You got teachers and people in the education that are off, a lot of people taking vacations, and it's good to know what's going on. You never know where you might end up.
That's right. That's right. So you let us know, and we'll be more than happy to, give your information to who's who and who's who.
I heard that John P. Key was coming into town. You going,
Well,
Mr. E?
I had not. I heard he was coming, but I have not heard it was coming.
Oh, okay. Well, he's coming, y'all. But
Yeah.
anyway, some people love John P. Key and all the music that he's put out. I think it's something like a rewind. I think it's something like rewinding, just going over songs that he's done in the past and new stuff as well. But anyway, so much to do. We'll find out some of the things as well. But this is our FYI Friday segment, Mr. E.
That's right.
What's in your closet? Issues concerning us women.
I love it when they talking about issues concerning women. Then
Right.
we can know more about how women think, act, and how they do things, so we can be, ahead of
What
them
y'all
on
want
the
to know
same
about
page.
us? We're going
Yeah.
to find out. But anyway, our topic, are you a confident woman? Are you a confident woman? Let's see, what is confidence? Let's talk about it. Well, building and maintaining confidence is a journey. And for women, it involves various strategies. Some key aspects include self awareness, self compassion, and actively working on areas where confidence is lacking. This can involve addressing negative self talk, challenging limiting beliefs, and building positive relationships. What is confidence? Self confidence, Mr. E, is what?
Self-confidence. Self-confidence
Is an attitude
is an
about your
attitude.
skills
That's right. It's
and
a,
ability.
that's right. It's an attitude about you skill ability. It means you accept and trust yourself and have a sense of control in your life. You know your strength and your weakness well, and have a positive view on yourself.
I believe all of that, Mr. E, and I think confidence come in time as well. Some people, are born in families where they're nurtured and they are giving that self-esteem. I can think about so many people that talk about their self-confidence. I think about Oprah Winfrey and different ones like that. Michelle Obama, who talked about self-confidence and how it comes about. Like I said, some people are in families where they are nurtured and they are lifted up, and they are, the education and all kind of things are stressed. They accomplish great things in their young age, and they just keep going and going and going. Others, I believe it's a journey where God has to pull you up to a place where you can feel that self-confidence and that self-awareness and self-esteem, because some people through hard knocks and a lot of problems and trials and tribulations get beat down, and some women don't feel that hurrah for themselves and what they've gone through. But for those that have God as their source and their foundation, He makes you more and more that woman, more and more confident, more and more feeling worthy, even though you have gone through so many things. I really believe that the key to confidence is God. And, I look at myself, first of all, surrounded by a lot of confident women, strong women. I grew up around that, but I was absolutely almost like a loner, a person that was very independent. So if my self-esteem and things like that I had to have a source. I can see the confident women, but I also had to develop into that. At one time in my life as a young child, And some people may not believe this, but I was fearless. I knew no fear. I did not recognize what fear was. I did not relate to what fear was. But through some circumstances, one thing like my father died tragically, it began to make me feel a little bit like, ooh, a little lost. And then those things had to be built up. I found out that God was the source at a young age, a young woman. I decided to accept the Lord, and those things helped me to restore that confidence and that courage in my life to be who I am and be where I am now.
As I began to study about self confidence in women, and I found out it's about having a strong belief in
Yes.
one's own ability and worth embracing both strength and weaknesses and facing challenges with resentments. It's not about perfecting, but
That's right.
rather trusting oneself to learn and to grow from for every experience. Building self confidence
Yes.
involves self care, setting achievable goals, stepping outside comfort zones, and cultivating positive self talk.
That is absolutely true. Like I said, having to have a source, having to have that thing built and developed in you. I found as much when God began to give me responsibility. First of all, like I said, I had a lot of confident women in the family. My sisters and them were confident. I have one of my oldest sisters who just walked in confidence. Just walked. She's still
Magnificent.
that one. But my other sister, Anna,
Anna, yeah.
is one that just walked in confidence, very successful, just everything that you feel you want to be. But that was her life and her journey. I had to acquire the sense of self. And this is how I feel as though God prepared me and built me up is responsibility. What God calls for, He provides for. He gave me assignments to do this and do that. And although I felt as though, Lord, I don't know if I have the confidence or the courage for this, I found myself mastering the responsibilities that God gave me. And the more He gave me, the more I accomplished, the more confident I began to be in my life.
Have you ever decided how to build and maintain self confidence? There are some steps that you can take in order to maintain and build
Yes.
self confidence. Prioritize self care.
Yes.
Women often prioritize others' needs, leaving little time for themselves. So you got to prioritize self care.
Absolutely.
Schedule time for self care activities and rules and make it a priority. They can include activities like exercise, meditation, hobbies, and spending time in nature.
Yes.
So here are some of the steps. Prioritize self care. Do you prioritize self care, Miss Hinton?
I
Or
do.
you just got that confidence to say, today is another day that the Lord has given unto me, and the world belongs to me?
It does. The world belongs to me because God gave me a certain way to live, a certain lifestyle, a certain thing to follow. Following God, His principles, and learning more about who we are supposed to be
Uh-huh.
gives you confidence. Being around, my mother brought us up in church. I took that same thing and I raised my children. We went, when the door opened, we were there.
Okay.
My children, the Sunday school, I brought them up and I found out that God is that author of confidence. And that's what, like I said, He just continued to make me more and more and more and more confident. He did that.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, so I take care of myself. I take care of business.
Mhm.
I'm going to do my business. I learned so much about business and how, we have to, deal with business, be honest in business, not be ashamed of finances and dealing with finances. I just learned so much in life about how to live, how to take care of yourself, how to take care of your family. It's a journey, and you can improve all the time with just that, Mr. E.
Do you find yourself setting goals and tracking progress?
All the
Here are some
time.
tips that says focus on celebrating achievements and success rather than dwelling on setbacks. Break down larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. Keep a record of accomplishments to boost confidence. So, setting
Mm.
goals and tracking progress, that's one of the ways that you can be confident in what you are doing. Do you set goals and do you prioritize yourself and as you travel along the way? What are some of the other tips that you know that can help women have that self confidence that they needed?
I believe as you live and grow and in your journey, you're going to have hard knocks. You're going to be knocked down. You're going to, but the confidence comes in knowing that you have a source that can help bring you back up. I think Donnie McClurkin had the song, "You Can Get Back Up
We
Again."
fall down.
And
Yes.
it's the confidence comes in that, hey, I can rise above. I can rise above my problems. I can rise above, the things that I've gone through, the things that I got wrong. I can make them right. The crooked can become straight. I get confidence knowing that each day God gives me, I can be a better person. That gives me confidence.
Do you find yourself stepping outside your comfort zone?
Mm.
They said one of the things is to challenge yourself to try new things
Absolutely.
and putting yourself in unfamiliar situations.
Yes.
And it said, even if you don't succeed at first, you gain confidence from your experience.
Absolutely.
Example include public speaking, trying new hobbies, and asking for help. Do you find yourself, stepping outside your comfort zone?
Yes. The more you do a thing, the more confidence you get. I remember being very, 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 very shy. But the more, like I said, responsibilities that God gave me to speak or to, as a singer, a person that sings got to have confidence. That had to be built up because of being very shy. But the more you do it, the more confidence you get. And then the older you get, the more confidence you get in what you do. You say, oh, did I do that? Did I accomplish that? I think about just recently, I got this honor for some of the things that I had accomplished. And Miss D, one of the things that stood out was the nonprofit organization that was started in 2004. And when I think about where I am now, it's 2025, 21 years later, I think about the growth, the confidence, and the fact that it became easier and easier and easier and easier as time went on. It was just marvelous.
So, what would you say, since we're talking about women, since we're talking about women and confident women, such like Michelle Obama, Patti LaBelle, Jennifer Hudson, and a host of others, what would you say to young women today that struggle with self-confidence?
There's always help, be around positive people. First of all, that's one of the keys. And then love on yourself. Do the things that it will take to learn more. Education is another thing that brings confidence. Accomplishing, things that you feel like you've never could accomplish in your life. Those things bring confidence, positivity, positive self-talk and things like that. Other examples, people that are examples that before you, mentors and, all kind of folk, that can make that great impression. Look at yourself sometime and look at how God had made you. Look at the scriptures and find out what it takes to have high self-esteem and confidence. I always love the scripture about the woman that is the virtuous woman
Mm-hmm.
and her
Who can find one?
attributes
Yeah.
and all the things that come along with being virtuous, confident. And she knew, you come to a place in life where you have to start knowing who you are and knowing what you can do and feeling good about it. Even and then when you make mistakes, you got to understand that's a part of life, a part of the journey, and work at ways of overcoming some of those hard knocks and things.
A lot of people find themselves want to emanate other folks. They see like Michelle Obama. They see this person, and that person. So they
Right.
want to be somewhere like that. That's their role model.
Mhm.
That's their role. Did you have a role model? Do women today have with self that's confidence in themselves? Do they have role models?
I think they can surround themselves with so many folk. It's not just women, you can find that, your family can give you a lot of
Mm-hmm.
self-confidence because they believe so much in you. Then a lot of people from church, they're lifted up with people that are positive. You can, just like with me, my mother and them, they were just my grandmother and them, they're just strong type women. I don't know them as weak, so you see that you have something that you can mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have men in your life that lift you up. Your husband can lift you up, your sons and your children, your daughters. uh, these are people that constantly tell you that you are worthy and you're worth. God can give you that self-worth. And that's how you can develop confidence. You can develop it.
There's the part here where it says, what is self confidence? And it has a segment down there that tells you how to increase your self confidence.
Yes.
Can you let our listening audience know how to increase their self confidence?
Yes, recognize and emphasize your strengths. Reward and praise yourself for your efforts and progress. When you stumble on an obstacle, treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Don't dwell on failure.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
dwell on it.
key. Yeah.
Set realistic and achievable goals. Do not expect perfection. You're going to be working on yourself for a minute. Don't even try to think that you're going to, all of a sudden, be perfect and there are not going to be any challenges. It is impossible to be perfect in every aspect of life. You got to understand that. Slow down when you are feeling intense emotions and think logically about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge making assumptions about yourself, people, and situations. Recognize that past negative life experience do not dictate your future. Express your feelings, beliefs, and needs directly and respectfully, and learn to say no to unreasonable requests.
Do you think one of the answers, that last one, learning to say no, do you think that's one of the hardest things in self confidence or being confident to do, to challenge yourself to say no, no?
It was funny. One day, Oprah Winfrey was talking, and she was talking about the fact that she had to learn how to say no. She had to learn how to say no, a billionaire. But yeah, you have to learn how to set priorities, and you have to tell people, look, not this time. No, you do have to build confidence because sometimes we want to please people. We are men pleasers. We want to please everybody and make everybody happy. Sometimes we're not making ourselves happy, and it brings our esteem down. And so, you being able to say, listen, count me out. I'm not doing that makes you feel good. I know women at a certain age, they start feeling that about themselves. They're like, I'm bold. I can say what I want to say. Have you heard women say that, Mr. E?
Yeah.
I'm at the age now, I'm grown.
It's my thing. I can do what I want to do. Nobody can tell me. Nobody can tell me what to do because I'm three. My mom used to say that all the time. My mom used to say she's 3 times 7, which is 21, and some change. I'm grown. I can do whatever I want to do because I'm grown.
Mr. E, you earn the right as you grow as a woman to be able to say no. You earn the right to be able to think for yourself. You earn the right to make decisions, and you earn the right to set boundaries and put people in the places they need to be. You don't. You can't come this way with that. I don't. No, no. I don't do that. I don't take that. You ain't gonna do that to me. I'm grown. I'm confident. I know who I am. And so you learn that the journey, it may be long, but each year as you get older and older, you begin to feel that thing.
That's wonderful. That's a lot of things that's a lot of women need to learn this day and time, because some folks still find themselves lack of confidence. What are some of the things that causes women to have lack of confidence in themselves?
Folk. One is folk. Folk will sit back and try to define you sometimes, and you're not that, but they want to make you that. Oh, she thinks she's, and oh, you're this, and oh, you're that. And so if you go along with, them and let them tell you who I am, then you're gonna start believing that stuff. Well, who? You're not gonna describe me. Why? Because I know who I am, and I know what journey I'm on, and I know I'm doing everything to be that. I'm to be what God wants me to be. Don't come to trying to define me. Don't tell me what I'm thinking. I'll tell you who I am.
Coming up from a strong backbone of strong women and strong men in one's family, it is hard for folks to control someone that has confidence in who they are. A lot of people wants to tell you their version of what they expect, but they got to get past your confidence level, because you know how to do, and you don't need to be handled like a child.
Absolutely.
Because of the confidence level that you are. I am confident about who I am. Sometimes I often think about our young women and young men falling into prey to other folks, where they got to be somebody's puppet, where they got to be somebody's somebody's backbone. They tell you, and oftentimes it happens at early age in high school. It happens when they become gang members, and they try to make a statement for themselves. What do you say to a young woman who trying to make a statement to be who she's supposed to be and not somebody else? When you got other people trying to tell you how you supposed to be, not giving your mind, you an opportunity to develop you. What do you say to a young woman today that's struggling with trying to find her identity and to take the confidence that she have and work it?
Like I was saying, people, even at, like you said, at young ages, you got somebody always trying to break you down, take your confidence. That's something that you can either give away or it can be taken if you are, if you have that low self-esteem. Watch out. If you're a young person out there listening, a young woman, watch out for those type of people. Watch out for those bullies. Watch out for people that's trying to bring you under subjection in the wrong kind of way. Because it can take and it can alter your journey. The confidence that you should have, you won't have, because somebody has come in your life to tear you up and tear you down. You've got to believe in yourself. You have to surround yourself with people that can help build you up, and you have to have God in your life. That foundation of God and truth is something that's going to take you to where you want to go in life. You'll end up in a place and you can look back and say that God has brought me and he's given me all the confidence and courage in my life to get there.
That's wonderful.
You've got to watch out that the devil and folk.
That's fun. That's
the
fun Friday.
Devil
the devil
and folk, will come to tear you down and make you something that you're not meant to be. You got people doing that, brainwashing people and doing all kind of stuff like that to folk. That's why their esteem is low. You got somebody that have come in somebody's life and have wore them down and telling them, describe them to be something that God didn't mean them to be.
So learning how to say no is one of the key tracks in one's life, that they might be able to say no, no, and no, and no with authority, so they won't find themselves lost in the sauce.
Look in the mirror. Who are you? Tell yourself who you are, and then tell yourself who you are in a great and a grand way, because God has made you to be that.
Wow.
So I tell you what, ladies, walk in confidence. It's in you, and embrace it, embrace yourself, and thank God for it. But I tell you what, Mr. E, the weekend is here. It's time to what? Relax and have a good time. We're going to see you on Monday for Monday Sports Talk. Have a wonderful weekend.
Just before I let you go, Miss Hinton, does Angela Reese and Kayla Clock, do they have confidence?
They have confidence, but Mr. E, we got to talk about Angela Reese and her new cover on the magazine. We'll talk about that. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you about that, Mr. E. Have a good day.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. If you'd like to be a special guest, a sponsor, or intern, all you got to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400, Peace 95.3 FM, WMVA 88.9 FM, and on all social media platforms. Have a wonderful day now here. Bye now.
Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful topic. You know, as I was just thinking, Mr. E, you know, what happens sometimes to people is that women begin to second guess themselves. And so, you know, when I talk about the devil and I talk about folk, I was thinking about Eve in the garden, and here comes the devil making her second guess herself and God. And it's like, and that's what I'm saying. You got those people that will come in and try to infiltrate your mind, make you second guess who you are, but you ain't all that. Hey, God ain't told you that. Why would you do it that way? But this is the thing. Some of them are not doing intentionally to let you learn. They're intentionally trying to do things to bring you down. One thing we know about folk, they don't like to see good things. A lot of people, they don't want to see you feeling good, looking good, acting good. They don't want to see you rich. They rather see you poor. They don't want to see you smart. They don't want to see these things from you. It's too much. You know, we do that to actors and singers and stuff. You bring them up, and then when they start getting everything that they want and they look at, it's like, oh, let's bring that we need to bring them down. And you have a host of individuals that will concentrate on bringing that person down because they do not want to see them get up. You have to watch out for that, second guessing yourself and having people come in your life that intentionally wants to bring you down, your confidence down.
That sounds wonderful. You hit it here first. You know, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, give you tips on being confident from her personal stash. Okay?
Well, I tell you what, FYI, I'm going to have some great shows, Mr. I can't wait to do Relationship 2025 with Alicia Bennett, Around the Town, community news and events with Everette, hot topics, the fentanyl crisis, and a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about. Cryptocurrency and money and more with Jason L. Baker. Now we are in the summer, and so we kind of like pull back. You'll see a lot of replays, but we're going to be popping on with some of these things. We want you to tune in, and we will prepare you when we are going to be there live. But no, in the summertime, we are basically in and out, off and on our After Dark show. In the meantime, our daytime morning show, you can absolutely join us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're going to be talking about sports talk. Can't wait to talk about that, Mr.
That's right.
We're going to also talk about, again, what's under the hat, men's issue, and our ladies. If you have a topic that you want us to kind of like go over and, have and present, let us know. You can always DM us. Follow us on social media, and you can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI Radio Show.
And all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Or that's email us your email if you'd like to be in our audience, and we'll email you back on the time and the day that you can sit there and be a special guest or in our audience. That's FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
All right, ladies, don't forget to walk in confidence. I tell you what, if you don't have some, you can get some. It's that easy. God can give you the confidence that you need, and He can keep you on the straight and narrow. You may make mistakes, but I tell you what, He can recalibrate you to be a better person every time. So, look, we'll see you on Monday for Monday Sports Talk. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Two up, two down.